Tonight, that's you'll take that. He gave you what he could give you.
I think a guy that will help you if you have to play Florida is Joshua. And I thought last night was probably his best game.
I'm starting to notice how big he is.
Yeah.
Which is a great sign. He's playing the part of a big guy now.
Yeah. I mean, that is going to be, I think that's literally part of the reason he was here. Last night he played almost 14 minutes, had an assist plus one, ran into a few people.
Vancouver's problem with him was one good game like last night and then 3 bad ones.
Right.
Invisible. Can't notice him.
I think if you're paying a guy what you're paying Joshua, which is around like $3 million roughly.
325 maybe?
325. And he's playing on your third line, and every other night he can give you something you like, you're okay with that. Like you're in playoffs and you say, hold your own defensively, have the odd game where you give us a couple. We're kind of okay with that. Like,
Ball
I don't
on a goalie,
Sure.
Cause some chaos.
change the momentum.
Yeah.
Jot some guys, he ran his mouth a little bit last
like
night.
that, yeah.
Like, I don't think if he could do it consistently, what would you pay him? He'd probably score 25 goals and he'd be Tom Wilson light, but that's not the case. So I don't know. But you got to manage expectations a little bit. Why don't we listen to what Craig Ruby thought there in clip 4?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's been coming for a while now for me. Like, I think he's back to playing the way I've seen him play before. He's a heavy guy down low in the offensive zone, and he hangs on the pucks and he can make plays and he's good around the net. Like, that's where he's going to score his goals, but that's not only his game. I mean, he's physical every night, in my opinion, and he's killing penalties. And I use that line against teams, depending on lineups and matchups and stuff like that. So for me, I think him and Wazzy been trending in the right direction here for a bit.
Wazzy Bear.
Wazzy. I guess what else? You can't be like Wazzer. It's Wazzy, right? It is right. I'm just trying to think about what else you would call him.
All right.
Well, it's the hockey nickname curse.
It's not
Quiz.
Sammy.
Outside of the fourth line last night, Domi plays the fewest minutes at 10:47, and that line's a -1. I don't really have a whole lot bad to say. I thought it was an encouraging sign.
Domi played the least amongst on the team.
Yeah.
Wow.
I wonder if you got to
That's-
scratch 2 guys a night. I wonder if that's coming for him.
Wouldn't surprise me at all. But I think
Saturday at home against the Bruins.
I think
Probably not.
between Joshua and Domi and Lawton, there's a lot of pressure to
Shelley, Robertson.
not scratch $3.25 or $3.5 million. Like, that's a lot of money, and they made the commitment to Domi. What did they give him? 4 years?
Yep.
It's a big commitment, and $3 million isn't chump change here.
No.
So they got to find something for him. The role, whatever role they envisioned on him on a 4-year deal, they can't punt on it in a dozen games. But we'll see how it shapes up now because Lawton's back and Lawrence is in, and how does it shape moving forward here? And if there's some stability, which they've completely lacked. I was saying this morning, I was on JD's show.
Yep.
And he was
Buns
talking
podcast.
about, a couple of guys. And I'm like, it's just not a couple guys. It's like 5 or 6 that come to the rink and not knowing whether they're on the first line, the third line, the fourth line, or a healthy scratch. Like, they're all coming to the rink not knowing.
But isn't that the idea of internal competition? That it's like,
No.
hey, you work your way up the line. If you play good, you'll stay in.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. It is. At training camp, not as the season progresses here, maybe 1 guy, 2 guys, but not 5 or 6 that you come. You want to know what your role is. You want to know where your fit is. And there has to be a little bit of comfort in knowing who you are and what you bring to the team. But, is Nick Robertson out of that now?
Well, I still don't think they know what a lot of these guys are. I think this is what's happening right now, and I am gonna cut Ruby some slack on this because I do. After every game, I'm like, trying to find a line that works. This guy needs more opportunity. I get that it's hard to like please everyone and to build your best lineup every night. So I think it's
Cowan too. Cowan went from first line, the third line, fourth line, first line, second power play, Marley's, which I exclude him because when you're in your rookie year, you're 20 years old, man, you're in fantasy island.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. It's all great. It's all gravy.
I truly get a kick out of the stories where they're like, this kid never had tuna tartare before, It's like, being with the Marleys myself and like going out with
They
some
have
of
good
those
tuna
Leafs
tartare
dinner.
in the Marlies.
Well, like you go to dinner and it's like, they're doing the seafood tower for the staff tonight or something like that.
Yeah.
Because, it's like the Leafs swiping it.
Yeah.
It's like they live a different lifestyle. And I think when you're new and you've been, like, it's cool to have guys like Cowan that are still excited about that stuff.
Cowan's been crushing the Kelseys in London, Ontario.
You're all over Kelsey.
I do think though, like at the start of the camp, we joked about it that Lawton got hurt, and like the whole team just like exploded. They're like, we don't know where anybody plays now.
That was a wild, like, who knew Lawton was the linchpin to the structure of the roster?
But having said that, having him back in there, it felt like everything kind of fell into place a little bit.
The strangest one still for me is that he gets hurt and it changed all the lines.
Yeah. No, I know. That's what I mean. Like,
Right.
it just completely altered everything. We actually have Berube on getting them back in. We get
Lawton
Lawton
and
and Lorenz? Flip 6, please.
Energy. I thought him and Lorenz provided a lot of real good energy for us. And Max, that line, I thought skated hard, was effective, hounded. I really liked them tonight, and I liked their energy on the bench too. A lot of chatter and talk, and so it was great having both those guys back tonight.
You got the talk again. Lawton.
Talker.
He's the vibes guy.
Chats.
Team vibes.
He hosts the team podcast. But
go ahead.
I just thought he was like noticeable, and he's an NHLer, and like he just is a good fourth liner. They traded too much for him, and you're always going to be like, they traded a first round pick for Grubankin for this guy, and you're probably going to measure what he gives you against that. But he's an NHL third line guy that can create some energy.
He's serviceable.
And I liked, I don't know who it was who was digging at
Stolars.
Stores, and he just punched him in the head. I'm like, yeah.
I gotta say, everyone's like, it's a dumb penalty. It's
No, it's
like,
not.
It's kind of nice to see.
I loved it. I loved every moment of it.
Donk
and they
immediately.
And they killed it off, but it's like
No
nobody's
shots
done
allowed
that.
on that PK. It's
Fine, November 5th.
Love exactly.
Have at it.
Punch him in the head.
Let
Dig at
people
the
know
goalie.
you get punched for touching the goalie. That's a rule.
Leafs earlier.
Defensively, still some work to do for you. Defensively.
Yeah,
and
you guys go ahead.
even
Talk to each other about Carlo. Go ahead.